Comfort gear items can make a huge difference to a backpacking trip. As you can see, I'm far back right now, and having these few comfort gear items have made a big difference in my trip overall, and I'm going to share them with you guys today. The Backcountry tarp. I'm not very good at pitching it. As you can see, it's kind of flopping around everywhere, but this thing has been nice. It's been giving me a lot of shade. Out here in the subalpine, there's not a lot of shade coverage. I've been able to just hang out underneath this thing and not overheat. If it was to be raining out, this would also be an epic setup too. This would be way more living space to hang out, so I'm not cramped inside of my tent when I get back to camp. And as you can see, I have everything staked out. Got a couple trekking poles holding it up. This particular one's from Hammock Gear. It's just a silk poly tarp, compressed it down to absolutely nothing. I just got a couple of my trekking poles holding it up on each end. I forgot some cord, so making it a little bit dodgy to set up. I have to lean back like this, but you guys get the point. I'm in the shade, you guys are directly in the sun. Camera's about to overheat, so I just need to learn some knots, and then this will be a lot more pretty. You get the point. You probably could do a lot nicer job than I can. If you're concerned about buying a Dyneema tent and you might be blowing a bunch of money, you're kind of on the fence about it, if you haven't done this first, I think this is the one area you should blow money on if you're serious about backpacking, and that's finding comfortable footwear. Everyone's foot's totally different, and the problem is you have to go and use shoes and footwear that works for you, or if you know it's actually going to work for you or not. I've gone through a lot of different shoes over the last couple of years, and the same for my girlfriend too. And you might need to try different stuff. For her, she thought she was a size 8 for her whole life. Now realizing that she's a size 8.5. For me, I wear a 12 wide and a half in the Ultra Lone Peaks. Everyone's foot's totally different. You just need to start experimenting with it. Problem is when you try out a shoe and you realize it doesn't work for you, you can't exactly just go and return it. Put it up for sale on Facebook Marketplace and hope you might recover half of the value. But it's one of those areas you need to keep trying different stuff. You shouldn't be getting blisters in your shoes. Another thing too is like, what socks are you wearing? For me, toe socks don't really work very well, but for some people they work tremendously. So find something that works for you and then stick with it. Is it even a comfort gear video if someone doesn't mention a backpacking chair? Well, probably not. These things are nice to have when you're in the backcountry, just something nice to sit on and relax on, but my gripe with them has always been is that my butt gets freezing cold on them. So for the longest time, I've been just taking a fold up close cell foam pad, just been sitting that and propping up against logs and rocks. Well, what you can do instead is just bring a little sit pad, and voila. Now you have the best of both worlds. You have a warm butt, plus you also have somewhere comfortable to sit. It's just something simple to do, but combining the two of these together, it might seem a little extra to some people, but maybe you had a nice toasty butt last night. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I just want to say for a second, big thank you to everyone that's been supporting the channel lately. I got an overwhelming response in my last video, almost like 250 comments or something insane. If you want a chance to reach out to me, good way to do that is go head over to the Patreon. It's only $5 a month, and it's the best way to get a hold of me is over there. Coming up, I'll have in early access to this video. Now back to comfort gear. Mosquito. Well, next up we got comfort food. We got some snacks and stuff in here. Now what I was going to show you guys is some freshly caught salmon, but unfortunately I have the fishing instincts of a camel, so I got beef jerky here. What I'm trying to get at is that it's okay to bring some food that weighs a little bit more in weight, as long as something that makes you feel good and it helps keep you motivated while on trail. You know the stuff that you like. For me, I like a lot of meat in my diet, so having a nice fresh meat, I was going to have some salmon here, but I definitely didn't spend 10 hours getting skunked on the river. But anyways, having some meat with me just makes me feel a lot better while I'm going active day after day. Think about that next time. Don't stress so much about the food weight, because you're going to eat it and your pack's going to get lighter as you get going, so bring some stuff that you really enjoy. A lot of stuff that has peanut butter in it is very calorically dense and very light for its weight. The thing is though, I just get absolutely sick and tired of eating peanut butter bars all day. It's just not my cup of tea, you know? That's why I like to bring some stuff that might weigh a little bit more, but it's more tasty to me. Food motivation while in the backcountry is such a big thing. I kind of stuttered there for a second because fortunately my Kakwa decided to spit out my smart water bottle with my water filter on the top of that, which is also my water bottle for using my backcountry bidet, and I have to go. Okay, I might be hiking back to the car really fast now. If you're curious about any of this gear too, I have links for everything down in the description. All right, this is one of my personal favorite tricks. This is the ultimate pillow setup. So take your pillow, preferably a pillow with a nice wide supportive base to it. It doesn't need to be very tall though. Preferably on the lighter end to keep things more manageable. I have the Sea to Summit arrows here. It's in the large version of it. So I inflate it a good, most of the way, a good 80%. So see, it's a little flexible still, but not like completely. And I take my buff, throw it over the top, wrap it up like a pillowcase, and then I take my puffy jacket. I've used Alpha Direct, puffy jackets, anything like that, and then you just stuff her in. Kind of just massage it a little bit. This is one of my favorite pillows I've ever used. I can set this pillow up at home and I can sleep through the night. Credit where credit's due, I found this trick out from Colby on the Trail. He has a really awesome YouTube channel. Go check him out. I'll link him down in the description. I can use this pillow at home and sleep through the night with it. I've tried multiple other pillows and I usually wake up with like a sore ear when it's going to my side, or they're not quite tall enough, my neck gets stiff. With the Seed Summit Arrows on its own, my ear would hurt after a couple hours and it just wasn't thick enough for my shoulder to wake up with a kink on it. With doing this, I have a nice soft top with a buffer along it, and then I can adjust it, and then letting some air out makes it very kind of suck in and very supportive around my head, and then that's amplified with the nice puffy jacket in there, and it just gives it a little bit more loft to it. So if you want a nice lofty pillow, this is a very good way to do it. For the last couple of years, there's been a lot of talk about different pad pumps. The thing is, the company sent me out one and it was nice and all, but it was extremely loud. So the thing is with using a pad pump is that you don't want to be disturbing everyone around you. It's way too loud. Last one I've tried out recently, the Alpenglow pad pump. This thing is quiet. It takes a little while and you might have to give a couple breaths in to finish up inflating your sleeping pad, but it's just set it and forget it. Go boil some water, go do something else, some other camp chores, and then come back to your pad once it's done. If you have a little creak rumbling next to you and you're facing it and your pad's inflating behind you, you won't think it's even turned on. And your neighbors aren't going to hear it too, so no secondhand embarrassment. Have a listen at this guy. So yeah, I can just talk at a normal volume. Those of you who remember my last video where I did this, I was having a yell before when I was talking. So picture this, and then of course once it's plugged in too, it's even quieter. Like, this thing's quiet. And on my 20,000 milliamp hour battery bank, it was at 100% and it didn't even touch any of the battery in it either. So it uses next to none. Just easy, simple solution. Win-win. And this thing's lighter than your inflation bag, so it's definitely a nice lightweight option to do. They seem gimmicky, but so don't knock it until you try it though. It's one of those things that I actually really enjoy, and I think this thing's going to always come with me from now on. And yes, Paige, you may use my pad pump. I know you always make fun of them, but you're going to come to love this thing. If you have any comfort gear tricks that you know of, leave a comment down below. I'm sure everyone else would love to go hear about it down there. The cool thing about YouTube with the collective knowledge of everyone, you'll find some stuff down there that you've never heard of and I've never heard of either in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, YouTube will think that this video is good for you over here. We'll see you guys over there.